If you clicked on today's video because of the title, Is Will Smith a Christian? Me and you are both wondering. Will Smith performed a Christian song with pretty much Maverick City live on the BET Awards. We're going to be reacting to that video. Also, he was on the Full Send podcast, and he gives advice on how you can find joy in your life. Is it good advice? Is it bad advice? Let's find out together, and let's react to both videos. Can only play the beginning of this because of copyright.
I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but whatever's going on in your life, I'm here to tell you, you can make it.
First of all, I just want to say this. Look at the stage, guys. Why does it look like hell? Literally, why does it look like hell? There's fire around him. It looks like some sort of blood moon in the background. Can we not set ourselves apart from the world? Why does it got to look like literal Sam Smith's performance from last year, which was satanic? The Weeknd and all these other artists, everything's red and black now. That's what this looks like. This song, I truly don't believe is satanic. I think it's a motivational song, but we're about to go over the lyrics here in a second. It's not a Christian song. If you say it is, okay, but it's not. Again, the stage literally looks like hell. If you want to watch the full video, again, feel free to go watch it on your own time. We can't play it due to copyright reasons, but we're just reacting to what it all looks like. I don't know, you tell me, guys, what does that look like? I know it starts raining and the fire ends up getting put out, which is good, but it didn't give me good vibes, that's for sure. I'm not the judge. God is the ultimate judge, right? I'm not here to say, hey, Will Smith is a Christian or he's not. But again, remember, God is the ultimate judge. We're not here to condemn anybody. I want us all to be saved. I want us to all know God in the end. So just know that first and foremost. And that being said, here it is. The song is called You Can Make It. You can make it where? Where can you make it? Well, surely they're going to tell us in the song, right? Let's see. Don't give up on me. I need you to hold on. Know you're deep up in the storm, but I know you can face it. It could get dark on the road and you're feeling all alone. Don't lose sight of where you're going, because I know you can make it. Again, you can make it. Where? Where can you make it? I hope heaven, right? They're going to tell us that 100%, right? It's a Christian song, right? Well, don't give your hopes up. Listen to this. You're in the smoke and in the fire, tightrope on the wire. I see you're broken and tired. All of your hope is expired. You're just done with the change and the games and the shame, and the world is insane. All the pain from the flames that you walk through, but no one to talk to. The ghost that'll haunt you, thoughts that'll taunt you, trying to heal, but the battle's uphill. This is all motivational stuff. This is actually okay, right? I mean, this is all true things that we all go through. But here's their opportunity to say, but God's got your back, and with Him, we can do all things. Or like, He will save you and from all these things, right? Well, they do not do that. Instead, they put this line, which is to me the line that sticks out like a sore thumb in this, and just blows my mind that they put this line in here. And if God is for real, you just wonder if He'll listen. If God is for real, you wonder if He'll listen. Folks, God is real. If you don't know Him, I pray you'll know Him, for it's everlasting too late. And He is listening. He's watching and He's listening. If God is for real, you'll just wonder if He's listening. I can't believe it. I really can't. Seen that. I heard that. I watched Isaiah's reaction first, which we're about to go watch a little bit his reaction on the Full Send podcast that Will Smith was on. But that's literally it. He mentions God there, and then he mentions Him one more time. We're going to highlight it right here. But listen to this. The darker the hell you got to endure, the brighter the heaven you get to enjoy. The harder the fall, the higher you soar. God opens a window when the devil closes the door. Like, I don't know. I mean, again, there's nothing like bad in this song. So I'm not saying like, oh, if you listen to this song, blah, blah, blah. No, like, it's not a bad song. But if people are coming here and saying like, being told this is a Christian song, and they're actually wanting answers like, yeah, I feel those things too and go through that. But what can I do? And you're just waiting to be like, but God can do that for you. They don't tell that in this song. And it's so disappointing because they missed the mark. They truly missed the mark on this video, on this song. The lyrics, they missed the mark. I know you can make it. You can make it. I know you can make it. I know you can face it. You can face it. I know you can make it where? Friends, there's heaven and there's hell. And I mean, they could have said that like, I know you can make it to heaven. God is the only way. Jesus is the Son. He's the way and the truth and the life. That was probably terrible, but it was true, right? That was true. Nobody gets an easy ride. We all have a cross to bear, okay, right? But there's wisdom in the fire, and every moment is an opportunity. Embrace the journey. I mean, never told us about heaven truly, like how to get there, and that God can save you from all this. Doesn't mean you still won't suffer and go through things, but God will be with you through it. So my ultimate reaction to this, in my opinion, is it's not a Christian song, guys. It's a motivational song. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this song, but if you're coming here, and you're telling your friends, hey, like Will Smith's on this new Christian song, it's not a Christian song. Maverick City might have been on it, the choir part of them or whatever, but again, they missed the mark on it. This song truly could have been, you change a few lyrics here and there and explain how you was in this and God brought you out of it. I mean, oh man, the song changes immediately, but they missed the mark. They did not do that. So now I'm going to react to part 2, Will Smith being on the Full Send podcast and what he says about how you can have joy in your life, true joy, how you get there. Is it good advice or is it bad advice? Let's find out together. If you guys don't know who Isaiah Saldivar is, please go check his channel out. He is truly doing the Lord's work. He's a preacher. He's a Christian YouTuber. He reacts to other videos. He also does live streams with people giving their testimonies and so much more. He's truly a godly man, and when I seen his reaction video, I take his reactions very seriously, and I truly believe like he does, so that's why I wanted to react to his. I think he said it better than I can. I will still pause here and there, and y'all will still get my opinion on it, but I just want y'all to hear what he says. Again, his full video on this reacting and his channel link will be in the description below.
I'm guessing, I don't know about the movie, but I'm guessing it's filled with a bunch of worldly stuff, a bunch of cussing, a bunch of sin. I'm guessing they're using sin to entertain people. And so I go like, is Will Smith Christian? I don't know. I don't know who's Christian. I don't know if you're a Christian or not. I just look at the fruit and I'm afraid that we would create a Christianity that is not in the Bible, that celebrities can jump on board with. And to me, it looks like a counterfeit. So he was on a podcast just, was this recent, a month ago. And I want you to hear some of the advice he gives these guys. This is called the Full Send Podcast, one of the top podcasts in the world. And I just want you to hear some of the advice, and you can tell me if this sounds Christian or not.
Question about living in the moment.
Yep.
Because obviously you have everything in the world. And I saw a clip where you were talking to another podcaster who was asking about how much money you have, like on Google.
Yeah.
And you were talking about how,
Again, I would not be making a video about Will Smith if he didn't just do a Christian song at a huge award ceremony and is making Christian songs on his Instagram with Chandler Moore. If he's genuine, praise the Lord. I'm praying for him. I want him to be. I don't want to be that judgmental person that's like, this person isn't saved, this person isn't saved. I'm just afraid that we have celebrity Christianity creeping in and becoming a norm.
you could have everything, you could buy anything. And once you can have it all, you kind of go like, damn, I realize what really matters is whatever's in here, whatever's here is going to actually make me happy.
Yeah.
How do you live in the moment, like having everything you have? And how do you actually find happiness now when you've had everything else in the world that, you know, maybe at one point you thought would make you happy or people think is going to make them happy?
You know what?
So how do you find happiness? You've had everything. That's a great question. I think this guy's name is Bradley Martin. Great question. How do you find happiness? And then later they're going to ask him practically, what should we do? Give us advice to finding happiness and purpose and all that. And again, he's making Christian music. So of course the answer should be in God. It's the only way to find true joy, true pleasure, true happiness.
Isaiah hitting all the good points there, and that's true. Also, that is Bradley Martin that just asked him this question about finding happiness and true joy. I think you guys are genuinely going to be shocked at what you hear. Let's listen.
Thank you.
No, it is
It's a solid one.
it is so the material world is utterly incapable of providing lasting happiness.
Yeah.
And
It's a really good word. The material world that's powerful.
it's just
That is so true. Nothing you buy will ever satisfy you. Nothing, it doesn't mean you can't go get things and do it, but don't do it because you think, oh, this is going to be the end goal. And once I reach this point or reach that amount of money, like Will Smith, I mean, he's literally had all the money, he's had all the fame, he's had all the women, he's had it all. And he's going to give some advice here for a second that sounds okay. Only Jesus can bring that true happiness, that true joy.
things and still be miserable to realize that, right? And there was there was a thing people talk about rock bottom, and I coined a phrase that there's a corresponding place called, I call it cliff top,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And rock bottom is when you get to a place where you can't go any lower. It can't be worse. You're in the wasteland and your life can't get any worse, and it's either die or elevate.
Yeah.
There's a corresponding place called cliff top where you wear out everything in the material world.
This is an interesting phenomenon between celebrities and people that have had everything. They get everything just to realize they have nothing. And here's the thing, guys. Every single person has a void that only God can fill. You were made that way. It's in your DNA. It's how God created you. And so people look to shove everything else in the void, in the hole that doesn't fit anything but God. Only God can fit there. Only God can satisfy. So this is what he's talking about. You go to the top, you have all this money. I've talked with people that have hundreds of millions of dollars and they couldn't find happiness, they couldn't find pleasure, and they only found it in God. So that would be the thing, is like, if Will Smith is truly a Christian, this was a month ago, wouldn't you say you can only find true happiness in God, in Christ, in Jesus Christ?
Yes.
I've seen other interviews of Will Smith talking about universalism, where he tried this and he reads the Quran and he tried Islam and he mixes all the religions together, which is a very universalism. I can't even say it. Universalism. It's that mindset. When we know as Christians, there's only one way. Jesus is the only way.
There's nothing else that you can reach for.
Isaiah.
There's no more sex
So good, man. So
that's going to be anything but a lateral move. There's no more money. There's, no more success. And it's a abyss. It is an absolute abyss when you realize that there's nothing left in this world
So that's
to
a
reach for
word.
to make you happy.
That's a powerful reality.
And then it's the same thing. You either die, which is what you see when you see people
You find God, that's what you do. That's what he should be telling them.
like kook out after they get
Jesus
money.
is
That's what happens. They
our only
realize they get up there's nothing else, and they're the same scared little boy or girl that they were when they were broke. And there's a decision you have to make where you have to trust that they were when they were broke, and that the universe wasn't created.
Yeah, he uses a lot of the
Universe.
universe. It's like more new age. I saw another interview where he's like, the universe knows, the universe understands. So, of course, not mentioning Jesus Christ.
He's not mentioned Jesus
For
one time,
you
guys.
to run out of things, right? And then you realize that the final frontier is getting your inner house in order, right? With no women, with no drugs, with no money, with nothing.
This is solid advice. It's just stopping short of God is the answer.
Can you
Yes, like Isaiah's right. I mean, this is solid advice, and God will help you do that. But without Him, there's no way that you can remain like that. Eventually, the lust is going to creep back in. Eventually, all those things that He just mentioned cannot stay dead without God. God is the only one that can truly break those chains and free us from that. So, again, it's like kind of good advice so far, but He keeps mentioning, like Isaiah said, the universe. Okay, God created the universe. Like, again, He's not even mentioned Jesus or God yet, which is a little alarming. I mean, I'm not the judge here, but again, you would think He'd be mentioning God and Jesus at this point. We'll see if He mentions Him a little bit later.
cultivate a joyful spirit just with you and you? And the undertaking of that work is excruciating. But it's the work that Buddha was talking about. It's the work that Jesus was talking about. It's the work that Muhammad was talking about, that Arjuna
So there he's acknowledging Buddha, Muhammad.
was talking
all these other
about.
gods.
It's it's what Job had to suffer.
That's deep. I
What
mean,
do you-
even for us, because we're kind of in entertainment and we're, at what point do you know that, or how do you navigate that? Like, what would your advice
Like,
be?
what do you do? Like, what do you do?
So their answer is like, well, what do? You find the bottom, you have
They
it all.
actually are
What-
searching.
they're
They wanna
asking
know.
plainly, what is the answer? Like,
They
what
wanna
is the
know.
answer? And this is the chance where you go, God, Jesus. That's the only answer. If you're a Christian,
Yeah, this is his opportunity to witness to Bradley, witness to the Full Send podcast, and be like, yo, it's God. He is the only answer. It's Jesus. but he mentioned Muhammad, he mentioned Buddha, and I mean, yeah, he mentioned Jesus. He even mentioned Job had to suffer, so he knows about this. But like Isaiah said, he kind of mixes everything together, and then just at the end's like the universe, you know.
If you're doing Christian music, you're performing with, Maverick City Worship and Sunday Service Choir, I'm just saying, and again, I don't want this video to come off as judging his salvation or anything. I'm just worried about celebrity Christianity creeping in. But let's just listen to what he says here. To me, he gives like the worst advice ever right here.
So,
oh man,
have a ball.
What?
Have a ball.
So get it out of the system first.
Get it out. Like
you got to get the clip top.
Yes, you get to do everything you want to do.
Hey, what should I do to find the meaning of life? I'm at the do everything you can possibly do. Everything, get it out of your system. That's not.
Try to make
never ever said that.
as much money as you want to make. Like, just exhaust the joy of this world, and you're gonna have a really, really hard night one night.
It's like the worst advice ever.
You'll be laying there by yourself, and nothing's going to mean anything to you, right? And then you'll have to detox. And then as you detox, you'll start to be able to look at your mind and realize the monsters in your mind.
See, it's just, we're stopping short of look to God. Look to God. If I'm a Christian, look to God. If I'm a believer, look to God, not look to the monsters in
The
your
same monster
Amen. Enough said. Enough said, Isaiah. Amen, brother.
that made you climb and reach for those things is the monster that keeps you from being happy. Right?
Yeah.
All of that craving, all that scratching, all that clawing.
Yeah, that's called demons. Like, if you're not saved, that's what you have in you is demons. You're either saved or you're lost. You're either headed to heaven or you're headed to hell. And again, he's just stopping short of the main thing, which is God, Jesus.
And then you just got to make peace with that dude, and you realize that ecstasy isn't happiness. Peace is happiness. Balanced.
I still got to get it out of my system, so.
Yeah. No.
I'm still in the ecstasy phase.
Yeah.
Is there no other way
We're
to
still
get
kind
there?
of there.
It's really hard to.
This guy Bradley's asking questions. He said, is there no other way to get there? Like, guys, this is so clear. He's asking. So the only way to get there is exhausting, sleeping with all the people, making all the money. And then Brad's like, is there another way? Yes. Jesus. He's the way, the truth, and the life. He's the way you get there. But Will's giving the worst advice ever.
What's so sad is they were genuinely, I feel like they were truthfully like asking, because I feel like they're already there at their point. Like, they've already had all the women, they're buying all the cars they want, they live in mansions, and they're truly wanting to know, like, is this it? They're truly wanting to know. And Will Smith, again, it's not my job to judge, but listen, he would have been giving them advice on how to find that through God, not like all the universe and go exhaust every other. Man, this is painful. This is tough, guys.
Saying exhaust, do all the sin you can, do all the worldly things you can.
To move away from something that you haven't tasted.
Yeah.
And
don't
it's
taste
like,
it. It's bad. It's
I
poison.
really wish everybody could like have all of their material dreams in order to realize that that's not it.
Yeah.
It's like, as sappy as it sounds, like really like loving people is the only thing to do here.
Yeah, sure.
So is that what really makes you happy now?
Yeah, it's like just loving people.
Yeah, it's frustrating watching some of these clips of him because, again, he's stopping short of sharing about God and what God's done in his life. If he's claimed to be Christian, I don't even know. And again, maybe this is coming off judgmental. I would like to know what you guys thought about the performance, about the song, about his recent talks of God and Christianity. A few months ago, he was talking about just serve the universe and the universe is very new agey. Again, my only concern is we have a lot of celebrities saying they're Christian now, but it's not the Christianity of the Bible. It's not the model that Jesus called to live of holiness, of separation, of consecration, of coming out of the world. And now it's like all these celebrities are all of a sudden Christian, but there's no life change. There's no gospel message. So let me know what you think down below. And every video I make, I'm just giving you guys what I think. I'm just giving you as my opinion. It's not gospel truth what I'm saying here. I could be wrong, but I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. We're live Monday.
Totally agree with Isaiah. That is this whole point of this video is me not to judge Will Smith. I'm not judging him. I this is just truly my opinion, a Christian's opinion on this, and I'm full agreement with Isaiah. And that, I mean, he had so many opportunities in the song to mention God and what he can do, and you can make it where? To heaven, but they didn't mention that. In this, what's your advice? You've had it all. How can we reach true happiness? Exhaust all other options. Go do whatever you want to. Spend the money. Sleep with as many people as you want to. He didn't mention God. He keeps mentioning about the universe. Like, again, it's not my job to judge, but he missed the marks here. He had a chance to tell them. And what's sad is, again, they truly want to know. They're searching as well. They want to know, is this it? Is this all we have to look forward to? We've already had it all. Is there something? Is there a better way? Is there true happiness enjoying this life? And friends, there is, and it's Jesus Christ. It's God the Father. He is the way, the truth, and the life, period. As Will said, I mean, again, half of it was good advice. You won't find it in the materialistic things, but then he flips it and then's like, but I would still recommend when you're young, just go do whatever. This is terrible advice. Please don't listen to that. If you don't know the Lord, I pray you would find him today. Ask him into your heart. Jesus is the only one that can save you, guys. Again, God is the ultimate judge. So we're praying for all these celebrities, praying for all of these people in the industries, if you know what I'm saying, and everything. Anybody who's lost, we're praying for them all. The time is running out, friends. Jesus is coming soon. Let's get ready. And with Jesus, with God, all things are possible. Remember that. If you're new here, consider subscribing and liking today's video if you enjoyed it. It truly does help the channel out. We appreciate you guys, and God bless you. And I hope and pray you have a great day.